I'm pretty sure we can all agree by now that Eula is Genshin's most hated character. Now, why does Hoyoverse not like her? I don't know. They haven't said anything. I can't really put words into their mouth. But I can say for certain that Eula is Genshin's most hated character. Why? Quite simply, she hasn't had a rerun in a year and a half. I'm pretty sure y'all know by now, but yeah, Eula rerun, it's not happening. We thought maybe this was a time for 3.7. No, she's still not here. She is still not here. But you might be thinking, oh, well, Eula can't be Genshin's most hated character. Sure, she hasn't rerun in a long time, but at least she's not Dea, whose kit is terrible, and her damage is terrible, and everything except her design is terrible. But you know what I'll tell you? At least Dea's in the standard banner, and you can get her whether you like her or not. Sure, she's not guaranteed from a standard banner, or that standard pull, but at least you have a chance of getting her. Eula? You can't get her. You cannot get her at all. She's gone, unseen in a year and a half by anybody. Sightings have been reported, but they turned out false. We thought she was coming back in 3.7. We thought she was coming back in 3.6. We even think she might come in 3.8, but no. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if she's coming 3.8 or not. I don't know, leakers could tell you, but yeah. Yeah, she just hasn't come in a while. But why? Why is Eula so elusive in the banner pool? Now, we don't know for sure. We don't know for certain. Maybe Hoyoverse just completely forgot about the character and didn't put her in the rotation. But I do have theories. Game theories. I'm sorry. I do have some potential reasons. The first one is Eula is physical, and as a physical character, she just gets the short end of the stick. For example, physical as a whole, as a element or non-element per se, isn't the best. We have characters like Razor, Xinyan on the bottom of the character pool in terms of strength. And Eula, sure, she deals big damage and it's fun to see those big numbers, but strength-wise, DPS-wise, not damage per screenshot, but damage per second, she isn't the best, objectively speaking. Maybe your Eula is strong enough to core Abyss easily. Compared to other characters with the same level of investment, she's not the best. Now, sure, Genshin's a single player game, do whatever you want. Yeah, but maybe some people want to clear Abyss faster and they don't have the best artifacts, and Eula might not cut it out for them. They have to use more meta characters. It depends on the person playing. But what I'm saying is that Eula isn't, that great. She isn't bad, but she isn't like good. Because, well, physical as an element isn't good. We have Ruin Guards in the Abyss that take -1,000,000 physical damage. You hit them with physical attacks, they probably heal. Genshin just hates physical. They put Ruin Guards in every Abyss. Why? Well, Genshin is a reaction-based game. And given that Genshin has a lot of elements, and they added a ton of other elemental reactions for Dendro itself, like 10 billion of them, it kind of makes sense why they want to put physical on the back burner. Because physical, you only have one reaction for it, and that's Superconduct. And then you add in Eula, who is a physical claymore, you can't run any other reaction. Because Eula's cryo, you try to do freeze physical, you freeze the characters and then do physical damage. Well, that's not gonna work because Eula's claymore, so you're just gonna proc shatter, and shatter is not a reaction. You want to do melt? Well, Eula doesn't really have a way to infuse her attacks unless you run Chongyun. But yeah, no one plays that. Unless you do, and then you're kind of crazy. But what I'm saying is that physical doesn't really have that many reactions. And that means physical characters aren't as versatile, meaning that they won't fit into the other character's playstyle. For example, we have any other elemental reaction. Let's say a Hydro character. Let's say you like Kokomi. You're the ideal Genshin consumer. You can run Kokomi in a lot of other different teams. You pull for Kokomi. You look up her best teams. Oh, she's really good in freeze. So you pull Ayaka, you pull Shenhe, you pull Kazuha, or, good units for a freeze team. And then you see another team. Oh, she's really good in Bloom. Then you pull for, let's say, Nilo, Nahida, Baiju. Though no one pulled for Baiju, but it's just an example, right? These elemental characters that are played in elemental teams have more team options, which incentivize you to pull for more characters that work well with that character that you like. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It made sense in my head. I don't know if I put it well into words. But then you have Eula. Eula is a physical character. So you pull for something for Superconduct. Let's say Raiden. Raiden can be good with Eula. Then you have another Cryo maybe. Maybe Shun-He, but she's not really that needed, so you can run like a Rosaria. Maybe you pull for C6 Rosaria. That's cool and all. Eula supports aren't really there, right? There's no premium Eula supports for you to be incentivized to pull for. All your Eula supports are pretty much 4 stars. Like you could get away with 4 stars and you'll deal similar damage. Like sure, if you're trying to go for like one-shot Eula comps, you have Mona, you have Bennett. Bennett's a 4-star, but you know, he's a 6-star. But he's free to play. And then you want to try to play Eula in another team. That's where it gets difficult because the team is not that great. So you only do it for fun. But then if you want like more strong teams, Eula's not going to cut it because she's anti-synergistic with other elemental reactions. Like I said, freeze, she's just going to shatter. So yeah, it's just not that viable. Another example is Geo. Geo doesn't really interact with other elements except with Crystallize, but Crystallize is a meme. So Geo is kind of its own thing. And Geo characters also don't really receive love from Hoyoverse, sadly. The only quote-unquote good/meta character is Zhongli, because Zhongli is very versatile, so he can interact with other characters without having to be an elemental reaction enabler. Zhongli can just put up his shield and he works with the team. But other Geo characters can't do that. Geo isn't really the best element, and compared to the other elements, there aren't that many Geo characters. Even Dendro, the newest element, or the newest edition, has more characters than Geo. And that just proves that Geo and physical aren't really loved by Hoyoverse. And Hoyoverse wants to push the elemental reactions because that most likely gathers more money for Hoyoverse because there's more characters that would be pulled to supplement those elemental reactions, the various ones surrounding it. Or maybe Hoyoverse just completely forgot about Geo and physical because they're kind of isolated, but that also feeds into the elemental reactions thing getting the attention. I don't know. I think what I said has some basis. You can decide for yourself. That's about it. Honestly, hopefully Eula gets a rerun soon so Eula wanters can be Eula havers. Imagine you saved for Eula thinking, all right, I saved this amount. Bam, I'm gonna get Eula. She's coming very soon. It's about time she has a rerun. A year passes, no rerun. Another half a year passes, no rerun. But those players must be rich, so they could probably C6 her anytime soon. So that's a good thing too, right? Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for all the support lately. Been kind of huge. Okay, bye-bye. Hope you get Eula if she ever reruns. Post-recording me here, I just had a dot. Maybe Eula's just too special of a character and they're scared of her. Hoyoverse is scared of her. They're scared of her vengeance. Why? Well, because Eula is the antithesis of Genshin itself. Being a Claymore Cryo, she doesn't work with freeze, even though Cryo is basically used for freeze, and she's a physical character, which Genshin hates, right? So Genshin, not rerunning her, is avoiding her. They're scared of her, because if she comes back, she's gonna exact vengeance on Hoyoverse. Why? Well, because Hoyoverse is a gacha company and gacha is bad. So then Eula will come and be like, vengeance is mine, and then, I don't know, do something bad to Hoyoverse, and then they'll be down bad. In a bad way, not down bad, but in I'm sorry, where am I going with this? All right, you know what, you can just go now. I don't know where I took this. Okay, bye-bye. For real this time,